Welcome to my channel. My name is Shayna if you're new here, and I'm a mom of 4 on a weight loss journey to lose 70 pounds using a GLP-1 medication. I just finished up week 13 on Mounjaro, which is a Tirzepatide. If you'd like to hear how I did in my week 13, stick around because we're going to be done in 5 minutes. Okay, let's jump right into the symptoms. I had no symptoms this week again, which is amazing. So I think my body is just getting used to the medication, and I haven't had any of the GI complications that I've had in the past and that other people are having. I think that's because of the food that I'm eating and how I'm trying to make healthier choices. So it's not greasy, it's not really fatty all the time. I still do indulge sometimes, but I'm not doing it as much as I probably once was, especially in the beginning. Therefore, my body is not reacting in the same way that it once did in the beginning. And or it could just be my body is getting used to this new medication that's inside of it, and it knows how to deal with it, and my GI tract knows what to do with it. So no symptoms, no headaches, no fogginess, no nothing. So I'm very, very pleased with that. My challenges this week, I'm going to actually incorporate my challenges in with my wins because I think for me, it's all in one. After having kind of a crazy week last week, I took the time this week to kind of just re-engage with myself. I wanted to recenter just my whole being and everything that I was doing with Shayna, with myself. So not only did that include just me relaxing, me taking more time for myself, I took a day off of work this week, me getting things done around the house that I wanted to get done without feeling like I had to rush to do it, but also making sure that I was eating healthy because I had healthier food in the house, right? So even though I didn't feel like doing much and I wanted to make sure that I was just relaxing, I still had healthy options in my house that I was able to go and grab when I did feel hungry. But a lot of this time this week I spent not rushing around. So I went on 3 walks this week, which I thought was a win. I exercised this week, which was definitely a win. I did my stretching. I did my meditation. I made very, very healthy, in my opinion, food choices. I went out to eat with some friends, or cousins really, friend cousins, and I made a healthy choice when I was out with them. I had some quinoa with some salad and some broccoli and a little bit of mango salsa on the top. And if I'm being honest, I probably will go back to that restaurant this week and get it again because it was absolutely delicious. I incorporated healthy eating with relaxation, spending time with friends, and getting a little me time with also the exercise. So I'm really trying to find that balance of everything, of not forgetting about who I am as Shayna, but also still being able to be a wife, a mom, a friend, a cousin, and an employee because I do have a job and I still have to get my work done. So there's so much that I had to get done in a day, but I really did have to just stop, recenter, find balance, and figure out what was going to be the best way for me to get it all done within my day and my week. So yes, I had some challenges because I just didn't feel like it and I didn't want to. But yes, I had some wins because even if I didn't feel like it and I didn't want to, I was able to still do because of all of the steps that I've put in place previously. Having the healthy food in the house, knowing what I like to do for exercise, continuously doing those exercises. So now it's almost like second nature for me to jump on the floor in my living room and pick up some weights or go outside for a walk or jump on the walking pad. I have made it convenient and easy for myself to be able to get things done that are healthy for my own body because of everything that I've put in place prior. So even though I had a very even though I wanted to take a step back this week, I was still able to incorporate the healthy habits that I have put in place previously. So for me this week, it was all about consistency over motivation. That was my theme for this week. Staying consistent on what I've been doing, even though I completely lack the motivation to do it. So next week's goals. I am very grateful that next week is also going to be a pretty slow week for me. Monday is a holiday, so I do not have to go to work. I took Tuesday off. Wednesday, Thursday are going to be pretty busy work days, but Friday is also going to be a slow day, so I'm very happy that it's going to be kind of a more relaxed week again, which also continues to give me time to focus on myself and focus on the things that I'm going to need to do during this week. So this week's goals, I'm going to keep working out. I'm going to keep going for walks. If it's warm enough outside, I'll go outside. If it's not, I'll use the walking pad. I'm going to keep doing my workouts right in my living room. I'm going to continue to eat healthy. I love my salads, and like I said, I might run back to that restaurant and get that quinoa and salmon because it was delicious. So this week's goals, keep being consistent. Continue on with the consistency that you have already built up over these past 13 weeks and keep going because it's working. Even when I lack the motivation to do it, I know that the steps that I've already put in place is keeping me consistent on my journey. All right, so what you've actually been waiting for, my weigh-in. If you're new here, I started off my journey back in July at 205.6 pounds. Last week, I weighed in at my lowest weight yet, 183.6 pounds, which brought me down to a 22-pound loss. This week, I gained 0.7 pounds. I gained 0.7 pounds this week. So my weight for this week is 184.2. I definitely gained weight this week. And I'm okay with that. I have had a very good run my first 4 to 5 weeks on the 5 milligram of Mounjaro, and I have lost a pretty good amount of weight during this month. So having a gain of 0.7 pounds, hey, life happens. Keep going. What are you going to do? Stop? No, we're going to keep going. We're going to keep being consistent. We're going to keep adding in the weights. We're going to keep trying to eat as healthy as we can. And we're not going to let a little bit of weight gain stop us. I didn't gain 20 pounds back. I didn't gain 5 pounds. I gained 0.7. I'll drink some more water this week. I'll put in a little bit more effort when I work out. I'll be more conscious about the food choices that I'm making. And then I'll move on. And we'll have this conversation next week, hopefully still sitting right here because I hope it stays a little bit warm out, and see what happens. Life happens. What are you going to do? Give up? We don't have that option, right? So my takeaway for you guys for this week is consistency over motivation. If you don't feel like doing something, if you're not motivated to do it, I hope that you've put in place some steps for you and your life. I hope that in your cabinets, in your pantries, in your refrigerators, you have the healthy options for you to make the best choices for your life. Because when you don't feel like doing it, having things already set in place for you is going to be your best option. So this week, take away consistency over motivation, and know that you can still do it even when you don't feel like it. All right, guys, if you like what you see and you like what you hear, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up, and give me a like. And I will see you guys back here next week for our week 14 on Mounjaro update. Bye. Have a good week.